What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Some commentary for you. Continuing the conversation with Immaculate Vision Gaming, doing something really special on Twitter today. If you remember the Insiders program, you were actually given the opportunity to submit team names. And today, whether you're a member of that program or not, you're able to go vote on the names of the teams that will be in the game. And this actually spawned that first video. If you watch the first video I did today, where I talked about the NCAA license, what brought that on is people saw these team names and they came to the realization, hey, wait a second. These guys don't have the NCAA license, and there's a lot of people that are very concerned about that. We'll get into that in just a minute, but I want to show you what they've given us so far. So they're going to do 8 teams today. I've got 4 of them for you here. The Oklahoma Tech Cyclones, and there's a bit of a spelling error here, against the Clearwater University Dolphins. And then the Canyon University Pit Vipers versus the Royal City University Destroyers. And I also love the fact, if you look close at that, you will see it says image mockup, so there's no confusion with what we're looking at. So, with that out of the way, let's talk about some of the responses the community has had, in my opinion on that, because I want to know your opinion on this, because that's why I make these videos, to have a conversation with you and see where you guys are in agreement or disagreement with myself. So, there's people that are saying, I don't want to play a generic game. I don't want a generic game. I don't like a generic game. I don't like the concept of it. I thought this was an NCAA game. And to them, fair enough. I've been adamant with IMV, even back to the interviews I did with them, that I thought they were doing a bit too much to push the NCAA license with the Bring Back Greatness campaign, and it really helped people get the wrong impression, which today, obviously, we can see that has some negative ramifications. And that's a shame because, in my opinion, if we're looking at what can be done from a generic game standpoint, the community has proven from Backbreaker forward, if you give us the tools, you give us the opportunity, we will make whatever teams we want, and we will find a way to share it with each other easily to create the product we need. So to me, generic teams isn't a problem. Even if a game shipped with no teams at this point and just the tools to create, we would be able to do it. Secondarily, there's a lot of people now that are saying, are you not putting the cart before the horse if you are actually getting team names in a game that isn't made yet? And I guess my stance on that, interestingly enough, is we know they're working with a developer. And I disagree that they're not talking about the developer, but that's an agreement between them and the developer. If the developer feels suited to have them selecting team names, then that's not a problem for me. If they feel like they can generate publicity, if they can bring eyes to the game, if they can have this discussion and keep people entertained and involved while creating these teams, and they're far along enough in the development process to be doing that, then great. And obviously the final opinion a lot of people have is, what would separate this game from every other game in the market where we have that customization? And truthfully, one thing would be the budget, just to be honest, but another thing would be, why does it matter? You know, every game that I cover on my channel, someone loves and someone hates. There's people that love Madden, people love Access, people love Canadian football. There's people that hate all those games for separate reasons. There's people that only want to play Mutant Football League. The fact of the matter is, it truly means in sim football more than anything else, a rising tide will lift all boats. If you can have a game made that caters to just one person, that's the game just one person wants to play, then we're taking a huge step as a community towards getting other games in the marketplace. If we can show that one game can be successful, if we can prove that one game can do something better than another and inspire that game to improve themselves, then that's all we really need to continue to have good games in our hands no matter what it is. So I'd love to know your thoughts on this. I appreciate you guys checking this out. I'll be back very shortly with more commentary.